Right, so a few months ago, I did an intake manifold replacement on my 2021 Jeep Gladiator diesel. It's a 3-liter EcoDiesel. I learned a few important lessons. One of those is that the 2nd gen EcoDiesel and the 3rd gen EcoDiesel have some really large different characteristics or design characteristics to them. Now, one of them is their turbo coolant hose. The 2nd gen, the turbo coolant hose, runs underneath the intake manifold, and it has this little tiny rubber hose that connects two hard lines, and those fail. The 3rd gen EcoDiesel does not have that hose, so that's a positive. That's a really good upgrade, so to speak. One thing that's the same between those two generations of the 3-liter EcoDiesel is the actual manifold itself. It's exactly the same. There are no differences. So this manifold failed, and you can see it failed because this valve here is trash. It doesn't, it's broken. You can see that. This one's got a little bit of wobble in it as well, so it was starting to fail. So I promised a short little video of me taking this apart to show where those failure points were. So you can see here with this camera angle, you can see the pinion here has got a little play in it before anything actually starts to happen in the actual actuation. Let's see if I can get it to move with this guy. There we go. You can get a little bit of action out of it, but not a whole lot. It just doesn't work that well. You can see it moving this set of butterfly valves over here, but it doesn't move these guys at all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take I forget what these are called. We're gonna take these actuators off, and then with being able to take those off, then you can remove the rod out and then just drop that Torx. By the way, these are 10. This is a 10 Torx for these fasteners. So I replaced my manifold on my Jeep with a Dorman. The Dorman it says it's for a 2nd gen EcoDiesel, but then it's also references the exact same part number as a 3rd gen EcoDiesel from Mopar. So I went out on a limb and I purchased it, and the Dorman worked just fine. I did have to replace the Dorman came with a map sensor already on it. It did not work for me, and you can see there's a little carbon buildup right along here. Right here in this surface, there's some carbon buildup. But again, don't mind the windshield frame or the fuel tank. That's for the other Jeep. Again, in this case, let's see if I can start to walk this out. I don't know if it's going to walk out or not. I'm not sure what holds it in place. I haven't really done much here. You know what? I bet you all I got to do is just pop this gasket out. If I get this gasket out, then I can probably just remove these, cam caps, if you will. We could call those cam caps if you want. Let's see if that works to get the job done here. So we're gonna dig around, get this gasket off. Now, when you buy the Dorman 2nd gen intake and use it on a 3rd gen, there really isn't anything you have to do, but you need to put in a 3rd gen map sensor, because the 2nd gen map sensor does not work. So keep that in mind. I did not know that. I ran with the 2nd gen map sensor and I still had a code. There's the gasket. You can see it's still pliable. It's probably still usable. All right, and then next, these little cam caps come out here, right? But I'm not sure, they don't seem to come out. I think the rod has to come out. So I'm gonna get a little pry bar or something to see if I can't pry that out in that direction. You can see this is, I think it's about 120, when did I change this? 127,000 miles or 132,000 miles? I don't remember, somewhere in that range. I know that the other video that I did on the entire removal and installation of the manifold, I know that I stated the mileage, but I've forgotten because, you know, life is about maintenance and I'm constantly trying to keep that work truck maintained well enough that it lasts me forever, because I don't know if Jeep is ever, yeah, that's all it took. I don't know if Jeep's ever going to give me a diesel again. I really want a diesel. Oh, did I just pop the cam cap off? Something popped off here. Or was this missing in the first place? I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. So, okay, so it's a little spring steel clip. That's all this is. It's just a little spring steel clip. You can see I'm squeezing it, or maybe you can't see that, but it's spring steel clip. That's all that it is. It's got little tines here, a little tab there, and then yeah, what is it? All right, let's see. So interesting. Very interesting. I'm not sure. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm just breaking them, it looks like. Accidentally. Well, I believe these do come out without breaking them, but I'm breaking them for some reason. So, I'm not sure why I'm breaking them. Where did I set down my pick? Here we go. Let's see. Okay, that's rotating over the piston, or the rod there. Okay, so got it. So it is a cap. So those little guys are a cap. So that's the piece there. So you got to get that rod out. This rod has to come out. In order to come out, I think what you end up doing is you just end up pushing this guy with the butterflies, just the butterflies back up, and you slowly work this out. That's what it looks like. Yeah, that's what's starting to happen. So I'm gonna grab a pair of pliers and see if I can't just pull it straight out. There's a little tab on this guy right here. So this is the side that was functioning okay. This is the side that was not. So let's see if just some pliers will do the job here. All right, there's one butterfly. There's two butterfly. And there's a cap. Okay. That one came out there. This is the other one. So these caps are actually located, the caps are located on the boss of the butterfly. So if I just take this rod out, the butterfly stays in place. So let's take a look at the rod here. It's worn right here. You can see where it's worn. And that places it where it's worn is right here on this cam cap. Okay? So that's this guy right here. This is where it was worn. And I don't really, these are plastic. So I don't see any real wear marks on it per se, but you know. Okay. This comes up, this is off. And now, well, look at that. All of a sudden, oh, swirl valves, that's what these guys are called. That's right, these are called swirl valves. All of a sudden now you have an intake manifold with no swirl valves. That's pretty desirable, quite frankly. That's pretty freaking desirable. I like that. I like that a lot. That's pretty awesome, actually. So you could remove the butterflies itself, put the rod back in place, and run. Oh, look at that. There we go. All right. Put the rod back in place, so to speak. All right. And run all your... Okay, so this is the bell crank that actuates it off of this valve, off of this pinion. That's interesting. So this little bell crank, let me see. It's worn down right there. So I'm guessing, is it designed that way? Hard to tell, it's pretty dirty. I'm gonna go dunk this in the diesel real quick and see if I can clean it up and see if this shows any signs of damage here. Yeah, I'm just letting the camera run, so I'll probably just edit this part out. All right, nothing like a little diesel fuel to kind of clean things up here. But you can see that this little cam, it looks like it's just like Delrin plastic. It's got a oiling hole or, you know, just some kind of lubrication passage. It looks like a lubrication package. I don't know. I wouldn't do this at home, but must not be. Yeah, diesel. Must not be, it's coked up, I can say that. I wonder if I can use the pick and see if... Oh yeah, it's supposed to go through. There we go, it does go through. So that was plugged up. I wonder if that's the failure. I don't see that as being the failure. That wouldn't cause the entire swirl valve to just stop functioning. But it definitely was plugged. Still, there's a lot of schmoo in there. It's conical in shape on the inside, almost as if to encourage flow of something. But anyways, regardless, that little cam is in here, and it goes in here somehow. I don't necessarily see what it's connected to. Must be broken on this side. So we're going to flip this around, and we're going to see what it's like. Look at that. Diesel fuel really... Oh, wow. This is actually bent. Can you see that? It's bent. That appears to be the reason why. Or it could be bent from when I was pushing it out. But that doesn't look like that bent from me pushing it out. That bent because the valve stopped functioning and it just bent. So maybe that bend pulled it away from, you know, there must be arms that work this way off of this pinion. So let's pull this actuator off here. We get this guy off, and maybe we'll have a better view. Boy, everything in this garage becomes a workbench after a certain amount of time because I'm constantly working on so many different projects at the same time. I've got less than 40 days to Easter Jeep Safari, and I've got to get the engine back in the CJ7. Wow. Okay, a lot less carbon on this mounting surface than this guy. This is the broken side. A lot less. So there's that spring clip in here. So let's see about removing it. A lot of carbon deposit on this relay rod head compared to the other one. Let's see. What did I do last time? Oh, I pull up the gasket. So when you order a new manifold from Dorman, and as well as from Mopar, because I personally believe they are the exact same thing. when you order a new one, it comes with a new, so I just broke that cap as well. I guess maybe you can't, there's got to be a way to take these off without breaking them. I don't know how. So we're gonna, let's see, we're gonna pry this guy out like we did the last one. Whoop. Things are starting to get dirty here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how the other one got bent, was from me pushing on it from here. Yeah, I can't, it won't come out with this in place. So it's got to come out that way. And yes, that's how it got bent. You can see easily that it's the action of me pushing it like this. And there we go. I got the clip off. Now it'll come out very easily, or a lot easier than there we go. Whew, it is dirty. All right, boy. This rag is going to be really helpful right now because it's basically soaked in diesel fuel. So that'll get most of the crud off the glove. I'm going to have to clean these tools after I'm done using them. Okay, that valve's out. Okay, that guy's out. Valve's out. I dropped the other cap down there accidentally. Okay. Ooh, this one doesn't want to come out. This one's in there. Let's get my pick and pop it out. Okay, all right. So I wanted to see how this one is in here, right? This won't come out without this actuating arm. They got to come out together because one is married to the other. So that's interesting. I wonder what how the manufacturing process is that gets it out in place in the. I don't see a way for this boss to be unbolted. And I'm not sure how. I don't believe there's enough room for this to slide out of the way. Okay. Well, Well, I can't really tell you how. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. Now I can see how this goes in. Okay. What I was hoping for here, what I was hoping to accomplish on this removal was, yeah, I'm pretty sure I bent these by pushing this way on the back end of them. What I'm hoping here to be able to accomplish is to see okay, I see. So this little guy, let's see if I can find it. Where'd I drop it? Where did I drop you? You're in this mess here somewhere. This little guy, here we go. So this little guy is down, sits down in here and is actuated off of something in here. This little ball clips into something inside the manifold itself. But I don't see a way to... There we go. That was the one that fell in. And you can see here, this is where the map sensor is. I had to change it on the Dorman. The Dorman, this bolt is actually different. It's a different size. Thread pitch is the same. It's just a different size. So I used the Mopar map sensor on the Dorman with the Dorman bolt. But as you can see, there's this runner is much cleaner inside than the functioning swirl valve runners. So the big chamber up here on the broken side, the chamber along here on the inside is cleaner than the chamber on this side, which, you know, makes a little sense. You got the EGR tube that connects right there. But still, yep, there's your problems. Just, in my opinion, not a very well designed swirl valve setup. The little cams inside, those little balls that connect into what's obviously like a little relay rod here that connects to this pinion, it's just not made for longevity. So there you got it. There it is. That's the reason for the failure. Is right inside here, there's a little relay rod that was unclipped from that little ball, and those valves just didn't function. They spun freely, independently of this one. I'm going to say that the Dorman is probably going to have the same service life as the Mopar. They look absolutely identical. The casting bosses are the same. The production markings are the same, like this little dot here to show alignment. When they plasti weld this together, that is exactly the same on the Dorman. I think that it's safe to say the Dorman is a very good replacement for the stock one, because it is the stock one, period. But there you go. There's a little teardown on it. I promised it. It's been months since I promised, and I apologize, but you know, I own a small business. I'm a father. I'm married. My in-laws live with me. There's so many things on the honey-do list, and also my hobbies and passions. I'm always busy with something. So there you have it. Gen 3 EcoDiesel intake manifold swirl valve failure. More than likely, I won't know until like if I cut it open, but I'm pretty positive that it's just this relay rod that connects to this piston popped off of that little cam actuator, that little plastic cam that the swirl valve rod runs through. So the swirl valve rod was still fine all the bosses, everything was still captured. That was all there. However, just that little tiny cam with the ball on the end, that ball, if it's a socket that it clips into, or if it just or if the relay rod is just forked onto it, I'm not sure how that works unless I cut this open, but that's your failure point. That's your failure point. And I think that you're safe on a 3rd gen just ordering the Dorman. I don't see any problems with it. It's functioned fine. I've got, I'm at 142,000 miles on mine now since I did the swap. So I know it's, I don't know, I think it's over 10,000 miles since I did the job. No issues whatsoever, except for that map sensor that I had to swap. And all I did was I took the stock Mopar map sensor off of this one and I put it onto the Dorman, and I was just fine. And the Dorman map sensor may work just fine for a Gen 2 because that's what it's sold for. I don't know if that's the issue, but just feel safe buying the Dorman for a Gen 3 EcoDiesel. That wraps it up, guys. Right on.